Hey guys, I just wanted to, I'm working on this Wednesday Addams piece for Halloween, which is today, my favorite day. I just wanted to show you something that I do really quick. You can do it in Camera Raw, but I feel like this really helps bring out highlights. And it's something I just sort of stumbled across, strangely enough, and I use it quite often. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just pull some of the highlights from her hair and her dress and her face. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Windows and Channels, and then you're going to grab your blue channel down here at the bottom, and you're going to drag it over to create a new layer. Now on that new layer, you're going to Control L, which pulls up your little levels box, and you're going to drag your black slider over. It really depends on how much of the highlight you want to show, but I'm going to say around here for this image. Hit OK, and then you're going to hit Control and then left click your mouse, and that selects the white area. Now go back up in your channels box and click on RGB and go over here to your layers, create a new layer, click B for your brush, and I'm just expanding my size. I'm going to put my opacity for my brush around 40% and make sure that my white is selected. And then I'm just going to, don't forget we're still selected, right? So we still have these highlighted areas selected, so I'm just going to go in and paint in some of the highlighted areas. And I Control D to deselect. So this is having the area selected versus not having the area selected. The thing I like about this is, like I find with the white that I've just painted in, I find this color a bit bright. So I'm just going to mask my highlight layer and drop my opacity down to 23. And I'm going to, with a black brush, I'm just going to go over and decrease that just a little bit. So any areas that you feel are too bright, it's really easy just to go over it with your brush and get rid of it. Now, you can, like I said, you can do this in RAW, and the only reason that I prefer this method is because it does give me the opportunity to go in. I can completely turn that off if I don't like it. It gives me the opportunity to go in and mask it and to play around with it a little bit more. So I'm going to merge those layers, and then what else I do to finish off an image is I go to Camera Raw. I actually upped my clarity, which just gives it a more artistic feel, and brings up your highlights again. I don't know. There's just something about upping clarity, not a lot. If you go too far, well, I guess it could be kind of neat. It's very cartoony, but I prefer not to go over the top with it. And again, if I had added another layer, then, oh, so that was, sorry, that's the before image of my Wednesday Addams, and this is my after image. Let's see. The other thing I wanted to show you was I find her eyes are quite dark. So what I'd like to do is go in and make some color changes in her eyes just to lighten that. So I'll show you how I do that as well. So I'm actually going to go with a bit of a lighter brown color. And again, we can change that, no problem. So what I want is I want like a lighter brown around the outside, and then I'm going to go sort of hazel on the inside. So with my brush, I'm just going to leave my brush at about 23, and I'm going to paint in where I want this color. And then I'm going to go over here and I'm going to change my light. source. So I'm going to go to color. Sorry, my blending mode. I'm going to go to color. I like that. I'm going to make a new layer and I'm going to choose a bit of a hazily color. And I'm going to do the same thing. Change my blending mode to color. I'm going to also lower my opacity just a little. Control G to group those. And then I think I'm going to actually lower my opacity just a little bit more. Now, I'm feeling pretty good about that, but I'm going to grab my brush, I'm going to lower my opacity to 2. I'm going to choose a white brush, and with a very small brush, I'm going to go in and just paint in a few lighter areas in her eye. So let's see, zoom out. Oh yeah, so I much prefer that. I just feel like it gives it a bit of a, I don't know, a little bit of a nudge, bit more personality. So I'm happy with the way that this looks now. At this point, I'll throw some textures on it. I'm actually debating on making this image black and white, which sort of defeats the purpose of changing the eye color, but I'm not sure yet. So anyways, I just wanted to show you those few little things. Hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, leave comments below. And if there's anything else you'd like to see, let me know. And I'll tape that. Thanks, guys. Happy Halloween.